If you're doing high rep back sets and you're not puffing for at least a couple of minutes, you're not training hard enough. Oh, it's hard going. To say I've had issues with this right elbow is an understatement. It's been the bane of my life for the past year. Once the elbow injury sets in, whether it be golfer's elbow or tennis elbow, it's notoriously difficult to get rid of when you're training. Because obviously you're using your elbows all the time for any upper body work. So for biceps, it's a real pain, but also for back as well. Hence why I started last year to do a lot of behind the neck pull downs, wider grip pull downs with a pronated grip to avoid the supination. So I switched over a few weeks ago. It was getting better, and that's just kind of set in again. And I've just got to be really proactive with foam rolling and icing, and it's a little bit better today than it was last week because of that. But yeah, just still feeling it a little bit, so that's why I might cut the reps short. Stop maybe there as opposed to full stretch. We'll see how it feels on this set though. It's a really good exercise. It's enables you to focus on one side and iron out any weaknesses. And weaknesses tend to be more exaggerated on your limbs, biceps and calves especially. So it's just tweaking at the bottom, and it just feels uncomfortable at the top. It's catching, so I'm going to stick to high reps. So it's warming up into it. It's getting a little bit freer. Don't know how many reps that was. I'll probably do a couple more and then move on to the next exercise. So this specific injury is distal tendonitis. It affects here. Supinated movement's very, very painful. So I've had golfer's elbow before, which affects inside. That can be quite annoying on your back movements, your curl movements as well, supination. But there's workarounds that you can do to help out, make it a little less painful when you train. Tennis elbow as well, which is more towards the tip, generally affects your pressor movements. Overhead extensions can be very, very painful. And on their own, these injuries are quite easy to recover from. Just a lot of mobility work, massage, icing, foam rolling around the affected areas, some stretches that you can do. The problem is when you're training, which you don't want to stop your training, you're still trying to accumulate muscle mass, so you're doing your best to kind of work around an injury, but you're always slightly aggravating it. Even if you switch from a supinated to a neutral grip or a forearm emphasised curl, you're still just aggravating it a little bit. On your back movements, when you start to go heavier, you can aggravate the golfers or the distal tendonitis. So it becomes difficult, and that's why sometimes injuries linger for longer than they should. It's all well and good if you're not training, easy enough to recover from. The training makes it trickier. So yeah, it's getting there now. After maybe 3 warm-up sets, it's loosened up. All high reps, so I've taken the weight up a bit. Gonna try to do a working set now. I'm really looking forward to completely eradicating this. It's been bugging me for quite some time now. I think if I continue to do what I've done over the past 4 or 5 days, then I don't think it'll be an issue next week. It does feel a lot better. Just really being consistent with icing and foam rolling on a real hard foam roller. It's quite painful indeed. You're just, working around that soft tissue at the elbow joint. So going to give it a go now. I might just tweak the position to stop it being uncomfortable. Pleased with that. 30 kilos. And last week, could barely manage 15 to 20. The pain was unbearable. So yeah, much better. You can see I was just tweaked the position, probably looked funny, but the trajectory just felt a little bit better on the elbow, rather than coming out completely straight here, just to get the bottom back a bit. It just made it a lot more comfortable for me, which was playing around with the technique on the warm-ups. So yeah, really pleased with that, got a decent pump. I feel like I'm one step closer to recovery. Okay, so I only did one exercise on the biceps, being a little bit kind of tentative with it at the moment. Eager to completely get that better, so I'll continue the biceps next pull session. So moving on to the forearm work now. Quick superset, reverse curls into dumbbell wrist curls. Forearms are very, very important. Brings balance to your overall upper body, and it looks much better when you've got decent forearms on a lot of poses. Gives you a strong impression to your physique. So yeah, very important body part to train, and it's too often skipped. Never skip forearms. So that's a workout done. Overall pretty good. Was happy with how it went. A little bit better than last week. I was able to train the back and biceps just a bit harder. Hopefully next week will be even better. So the clips you're looking at now is my physique, about 103 kilos or so. A week of quite an aggressive diet, which I'm going to explain in the next video. I'm going to go over everything, my protocol, my thought processes, decision making behind what I'm doing. Quite an in-depth video that will be. So just thought I'd wrap up and say that if you wanted to see more videos of me kind of talking in the gym as I'm training, then let me know in the comments section below, and I'll come down to the gym more frequently late at night to be able to do that. I wanted to kind of explain a little bit more with it, but some people in the gym early on, they were doing some videos as well, so I didn't want to disturb them. But yeah, let me know if that's the thing that you want to see more of. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, then please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to see more, and stay strong.